And now we go live to Emery High School and the voice of the Spartans, Jordan Buscarini, inside the Sutherland's broadcast booth for today's game.
Welcome back for more Emery High School baseball here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. The Spartan team knows how to win. At least that's what they've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Now one game away from forcing a decisive game in the semifinals. In fact, there are only 3 teams remaining in the 3A state tournament. The Emery Spartans, who entered as the 12th seed, happen to be one of them. Number 1, Canyon View, number 2, Juab, and number 12, Emery. That is all that remains in the state tournament. Jordan Buscarini alongside Aiden Mortensen here at Utah Valley University in Orem. We have a slight coverage as far as clouds are concerned, but the lights are on. Aiden, the field is dry, and Emery's going to get their 4th crack at the number 1 team in the state, the Canyon View Falcons.
And, the old saying goes, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, let alone 4. So I think Emery has a chance to put some magic on tonight. I mean, based on how they played in that Morgan contest, especially with some of the interesting scenarios they had to play through, especially with that weather delay impacting the middle of the game, it's going to be an excellent opportunity to continue the momentum they've been building all throughout the state tournament because the bats have really come alive for the Spartans.
Well, they have indeed. The bats last game producing 7 runs. Last night they did struggle a little bit with Canyon View. One positive note: Brady Anderson is not on the mound tonight for the Canyon View Falcons. In 2 outings with the Emery Spartans, he has fanned 24 batters. Anderson is not going to be on the mound tonight. It is going to be Chandler McClellan. McClellan is, again, an extremely productive, efficient pitcher for this Canyon View team. He will get the start for the Falcons. On the flip side, the Emery Spartans will be led by Xander Robinson, who was the man of the hour earlier today, coming in, going 3 2/3, only giving up 1 hit. He was spectacular.
He came in right when the Spartans needed him most, and he was able to put on a spectacular show. And, that's what I like most about this Emery team. This is a very young group of athletes. You look through the roster, you see a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors really stepping up into key positions for this Emery squad. And it's just going to keep getting better and better. And with these postseason performances, Jordan, you got to have a lot of hope for the future.
There's no question about it, including some of the sophomores that have come through in a big way. Trick Jensen was absolutely phenomenal the last game out. He had 3 RBIs, went double and triple. We also saw Garrett Conover launch one out to left field. He nearly went.
That drives your life. The trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
We still believe in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law is committed to making sure your rights are protected and seek for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. We've helped countless clients get through their legal troubles, so if you or a loved one feel that you have no one to turn to, you do. Oliver Law in Price. Everyone deserves a great defense attorney. 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. We are counting down the moments to the first pitch of our second game of the day. The Spartans getting set to take on the Canyon View Falcons. And joining us in the broadcast booth, we have assistant coach Evan Stilson as we continue to move on. Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to come up. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the way things have gone so far today. It was kind of bizarre. We had that second matchup with Morgan, and we had the lengthy hour delay. They had created a little bit of momentum. Xander comes in and pitches phenomenal, goes 3 2/3, kind of shuts them down, only gives up one hit, and we get the 7-5 win.
Yeah, it was a nail-biter. As coaches, I get pretty nervous on those games.
Yeah.
The boys came through. We made a couple of mistakes out in the field. But I think they held their focus pretty well. What was it, about a 45-minute rain delay?
About a 45-minute to an hour delay, yeah.
They stayed loose in the dugout. They're playing games back and forth with Morgan.
Yeah.
Such a great atmosphere. You get that with baseball and rain delays and bad weather. And it was a good back and forth between the two teams. But the kids stayed loose. We got back out and held them the last 2.5 innings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, gave up. I think we gave up one run, but it was unearned, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
Yeah, we got the insurance run back. So yeah, I mean it worked out great.
That's right.
Coach, going back to the delay, sometimes you wonder if a rain delay can be beneficial, if it's going to affect a team. Fortunately for us, it came in the middle of an at-bat for Morgan, where they had runners at the corners, and it was right before a pitching change. I would have hated to have seen that delay in the top half of the fourth, because the fourth inning has been the magic inning for us, it seems like, over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, baseball's such a funny sport. You can have your big inning, the first inning, or at the end of the game, and you hate to see events like that break up the game, because you just don't know how you're going to respond. And our boys, they kept their focus. They came out and they responded quite well.
Xander has not had too many appearances at the varsity level. I think I had him for 4 appearances, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the season. When you have to go, I mean, that's the name of the game, right, at the state tournament. I mean, you got to rely on several arms that maybe you didn't see too often at the varsity level. You got to get them ready right at the younger levels. How impressed, or we were all impressed, but how sure were you guys that Xander was going to be right for that spot? He could come in and he could shut down Morgan the way he did.
We're pretty confident with Xander as a pitcher. He consistently throws strikes, and so with pitching these games, you have to throw strikes. You can't give the other team free bases. But we are pretty confident that Xander can step in, throw strikes, and do a good job, and he did great today.
No, he did. He was phenomenal. And as far as the quality at bats go, I mean, I think that's such an underrated stat, specifically at the high school level. But it seemed like if it was later in Beck Sheffield, the starter for Morgan, later in his appearance, those quality at bats started to come. He really struggled to get a 1-2-3 inning outside. I believe it was the second and third inning. Things started to change a little bit. Some patient at-bats and some really quality at-bats. As Garrett had one that I can't believe didn't go over, hit the top of the wall. Trigg had a double and a triple. Hato almost went yard yet again. I mean, it just seems like the quality at-bats were really key, and they were timely in that game.
Yeah, I think we had the first pitcher. I think we had him timed a little bit better. He had pretty good velocity on his stuff. We had a lot of good hard-hit balls that went right at the defense, and so we weren't able to put up a lot of runs early. The last pitcher, we actually struggled a little bit against him.
Yep.
He didn't have as much velocity, and we were reaching for balls. It's just good that our defense came up and we held them those last 2 innings without any runs. I think we came out with a two-run win.
Yeah, 7-5. Yep. Coach, now that you get Canyon View again. Before we talk about Canyon View, I do want to get your perspective on knocking off the number 5 seed twice, now knocking off the number 4 seed twice, and being the 12 seed that is still playing. That's just cool to see. I know Richfield kind of had a similar run. Unfortunately, their run is now over. They lost earlier today. So being the 12 seed and being one of the final 5 teams or 4 teams left, that's quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, these boys have really, especially towards the end of the seasons, they started playing a lot better ball. And the whole season, we've told them, look, you guys are better than what your record is, because our record and the way we played during the season, we played like a 12-seed team quite often, but we've got good, skilled kids. We just didn't put things together until the last couple of weeks, and then they really put things together. We're hitting the ball a lot better. Our defense has really come through, and so we're playing pretty good ball at the right time of the season. I would love to come out and knock off Canyon View. Baseball, funny things happen.
Yeah, you never know.
Any given night, any given game, you can get hot. And anything can happen.
The one thing we do know about Canyon View, they hit a ton. They can score a lot of runs, right? But I think when you get deeper into the state tournament, that levels out a little bit. How big is it that Canyon View basically is only playing one game today compared to us playing two? When you take a look at how deep you have to go in pitching, I mean, is that a huge advantage in your mind?
It generally is, especially on paper. They don't use as many pitchers.
Yeah.
We're pretty deep with pitching, probably compared to most of the teams in the tournament. But I think they've used fewer pitchers than we have, so we have to dig deep. But what it comes down to is throwing strikes, and then on the offensive end, you got to put the ball in play and hope for the best. All we ask for with these boys is give it your best effort, and we hope for the best. And if we come out and we can knock those guys off, that'd be awesome.
I think I just want to see pressure put on Canyon View, right? In the 3 meetings, one was 5-3. A little bit of pressure was applied. Last night we got going early, but they kind of pulled away in those middle innings. How important would that be to come out hot and immediately force Canyon View to make some plays? Because it feels like anytime one of the upper seeds in any sport, football, basketball, softball, volleyball, it doesn't matter, when one of those upper seeds are pressed early, it changes the complexion of the game. At least that's been my mindset.
It does. If you can put pressure on a team, that's generally when they start to make mistakes. And your own, that's when we get a little more confidence, and then good things can happen from there.
Yeah. Coach, again, that was our interview earlier today with assistant coach Evan Stilson. In fact, following the win over the Morgan Trojans. 3 teams left in the 3A state tournament. 2 of them are about to take the field. The Emery Spartans come out in their black uniforms. Canyon View is going to be in white. Jordan Buscarini alongside Aiden Mortensen set to go. We'll go over the starting lineup, and we will begin with your Emery Spartans, who will be at bat first. Leading off is number 12, Bo Stilson. He'll be playing right field. At shortstop, batting out of the 2 spot, number 24, Trig Jensen. Batting third, number 8, Hayden Citrid. He'll play the hot corner at third base. Tice Larson will bat cleanup wearing number 18. He is the designated hitter. Hayden Christiansen is going to be playing second base. He'll also be wearing number 1. Number 17, Trevin Gilbert playing first base. Hayden second base. Trevin Gilbert playing first base. Bronx Olson will be behind home plate wearing number 20. Number 7, Garrett Conover out in center field. And we'll see number 22, Peyton Nielsen in left field. That is the starting lineup for the Emery Spartans with the batting order.
It's a very versatile group. We've seen every player on this team kind of rotate around the field, taking turns infield, outfield, behind the home plate, or up on the mound. This is a group who's willing to do whatever it takes to win, and you got to love that, especially from a high school team.
We take a look, at the starting lineup for the Canyon View Falcons. Again, getting the start at pitch is Chandler McClellan. He comes in with an ERA that is south of 3. He's pretty spectacular as well.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing about Canyon View. They're just a complete baseball team. Hitting, fielding, batting, they really do it all, and they do it very well.
Behind home plate will be number 12, Jake Thomas. We take a look at the infield. Number 18, Brady Anderson at first base. Second base will be number 11, Zach Main. At third, it's number 6, Jaron Bradshaw. And at shortstop, number 1, Asher Slack. We go to the outfield, moving left to right. Number 10, Price Atwood. In the middle, for Canyon View, we'll see number 5, Trenton Ludlow, and in right field, it'll be Cannon Williams wearing number 7. And we are just about underway. 49 degrees here in Orem, some slight wind, and the lights are turned on here at this beautiful field. Over the last 3 days, we've seen some excellent baseball. A win on Monday against Morgan. We had a loss last night against Canyon View, a win over Morgan today, and now another crack at Canyon View.
I think this is going to be the time Emery's going to be able to put together that game where they finally can overcome the Falcons.
Well, let's see if Bo Stilson can get things rolling. Started off last night with a leadoff triple, swings at the first pitch and puts it into center field. The leadoff man is aboard. Bo Stilson continues his stellar play at the plate. Emery's got the leadoff man on yet again.
And he's been electric in the playoffs. It feels like every time he's stepped up to the plate for the Spartans, they've been able to put him in place. Just an excellent postseason performance by Stilson.
A quick start to this game. The first pitch from McClellan was a fastball right in the zone, and Bo Stilson sends it into center field. Bo gets off to about a two-step lead. Trig Jensen shows bunt, lays one down. The third base line, it goes foul. So we'll do it all over again, but a great idea. You saw Canyon View start to creep in at third base. It was Jaron Bradshaw. He might have made a play on Trig over at first, but had that gone fair, I think it's safe to say that Bo would be in scoring position.
Yeah, and that's the one thing Canyon View wants to avoid here early on in the game is letting any Spartan in scoring position, because they've shown throughout this tournament when they can start scoring, they can score in bunches.
On deck is the dangerous Hayden Citrid. Pickoff throw over to first, not in time as Bo slides head first. Brady Anderson, great to see him on first base if you are an Emery fan. Again, 24 strikeouts in 2 games against Emery this year. He is lethal. The left-handed pitcher used the inside of the zone with the curveball to his advantage last night and fanned 13 more. It was a spectacular performance. Counts 0-1 to Trig. He swings at the second pitch in the count, and that one dribbles foul down the first base line. So 3 pitches from McClellan and 3 swings in contact by Emery.
And Emery's just making good contact. That's what's really turned around in postseason play for the Spartans, has been their ability to make contact with that ball. Early on and throughout the regular season, they had some of their struggles at the plate, but they're putting things together at the right time.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And now the 0-2 count to the sophomore Trig Jensen. Steps back in. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, and he watches the ball go high and out of the zone for the first ball of the evening for McClellan. Counts now sitting at 1-2.
And Jensen, a .253 hitter on the season through 99 at-bats, has 25 hits to his name along with 14 RBIs.
Had a double and a triple in the last game with 3 RBIs. That was in the 7-5 victory against Morgan earlier today. And he watches ball 2 go by. Counts now even at 2-2.
Now, when you look at his strikeouts, 2 base on balls, he's got 24 Ks, 5 walks.
Swings at the 2-2, and he puts this one in right field. Emery with back-to-back singles to get things moving. And now Hayden Citrid will come to the plate. Hayden leads the team in home runs. He's got 3 on the season. He took one into foul territory down the left field line of the game against Morgan. He's about 20 feet away from having 3 home runs in 3 days.
Yeah, you look at Hayden Citrid, he is a true power hitter, has the power to put it over the fence every time he steps into that box. I know Canyon View fans are getting a little stressed out seeing him with 2 runners on base.
1 in scoring position, that's Bo Stilson, gets out to a good-sized lead at second. The pitch, a swing on the off-speed, and Hayden finds himself down 0-1.
And not only is he a power hitter, he's a smart hitter as well. He holds a .304 average on the season. He's very consistent when he steps to the plate.
Just an all-around ball player. Seen him play all over in the field throughout the season. Pitched a gem on Monday night. And he watches strike 2 go by. Again, McClellan going off speed. So he tried to work it outside on the first pitch, went inside on the second. And now Hato will have to protect down 0-2.
And the off-speed has been what's getting the Spartans, especially in these matchups against Canyon View. They've been able to hit these fastballs, but as soon as the off-speed comes, it's been a little scary for them.
He does make contact on the 0-2 and hits into, I was going to say a double play, but instead it's a fielder's choice. Trigg did an excellent job to try to dig out 2, and Hato beats the throw over to first. And so with 1 down, Emery has runners at the corners.
And like you said, a true ball player in Hayden Citrid. He's not going to give up on those plays no matter how desperate the situation may look. He's able to leg it out and find himself safe at first, avoiding the double play and keeping a runner in scoring position for the Spartans.
So now stepping up is Tice Larson. Tice, not exactly a speedster. Ground ball could end the inning. So I would not be surprised to see Coach Julian send Hato early on in this count. Hato gets out to about a 3-step lead over at first. McClellan takes a look at Hayden, goes to it. No one goes, puts it in the ground for ball 1.
And Emery has been very aggressive on the bases throughout bracket play here at Utah Valley University, and it's paid off to their benefit quite a bit. We've seen a few times they've been picked off, but for the most part, they've seen a lot of success when they try and steal.
Although you do have Jake Thomas behind home plate. He's one of the better catchers in this classification. Another all-around ball player. Trying to frame, steps out to the right side. Fake pickoff throw over to third, and McClellan steps off the mound. Count remains 1-0.
Buying himself some time, trying to throw Tice off balance in the box. You want to keep him guessing what you're going to do.
Tice will crowd the plate. 1-0 count. Hato's going to go. Ball is low. Hato slides, and Thomas never made the throw down to second.
And Hayden showing off that football prowess of his as he sprints to second. He has a bit of contact with a Canyon View player. Both are up and walking, though. Hayden looked unfazed.
I don't know if there was a ton of contact there or not. Was there a lot of contact? So Thomas did such a great job of selling that Maine, the second baseman, actually made contact with Hato. Okay, here we go. 2-0 count, runner at second and third. Larson swings and puts one in foul territory behind home plate. It's a 2-1 count.
With Emery eliminating that double play possibility, they're doing themselves a lot of favors on the bases. They're in an ideal situation right now early on in this contest.
Have an opportunity to draw first blood. 2 in scoring position. 2-1 count, 1 out. No double play ball in effect. Inside, Larson watches for ball 3, and now Tice has the hitter's count at 3-1.
And with a hitter like Tice, you got to feel pretty good about his chances in the box here. He's going to be able to swing at anything he feels comfortable with, and with a 378 average, he feels confident about a lot.
He's been responsible for a couple of rallies. Swings at the 3-1. It's in foul territory, going down right field, and it bounces in and out of the bullpen. You only get about 2, maybe at most 3 pitches per at-bat that you can put the bat on. Tice knew he was going to get one on 3-1 right down the middle. He did, and sends it down foul play down the first base right field line.
You know, as we've gotten to the later stages of this tournament, we've seen some pitchers struggle with trying to find that zone. It's led to a lot of easy runs. We saw that in the last game against Grantsville and Drew Abbott, a few times in Emery against Morgan earlier today. But when a pitcher is on, it seems like they've been able to be lights out for the most part.
First full count of the game, and McClellan misses. So now the bases are juiced with 1 out. Larson will take the free base, and that's the first walk of the evening for McClellan, who has given up 2 hits, 1 walk, bases juiced, 1 out. And Hayden Christiansen, the second baseman, will now step up.
Christiansen's got 10 RBIs on the year, looking to collect a few more at this plate appearance early on in the game.
Tice just DHing today, not in the field. And Christiansen will take ball 1. Hayden, another kid that has been extremely good for Emery throughout the season. Had to rely on him in a variety of ways, hitting .300 on the season. He watches strike 1 go by, fastball right down the middle. Count draws even at 1-1.
And Hayden, like you said, just a real athlete. He's a true senior leader on this team full of young players. I'm sure manager Chase Julian happy to have him. It's sad to see him go, though, as he is a senior.
Check swing and a little bunt back to McClellan. Makes the throw home. It is in time. Stilson slides head first. But off that check swing, it's out number 2. Bases will remain loaded on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, checked that swing just a second too late. Ends up making contact. Short dribbler right in front of the catcher. Easy play at home plate. Gets the out. And Canyon View looking to avoid a scary situation early on in the game.
It's an opportunity for Emery. Now coming up is Trevin Gilbert, another senior leader. Trevin does have big power, and he was good in the game against Morgan. Could use a base hit right here. Swings at the very first pitch. He did just make contact as it goes foul behind home plate.
Anytime you see a 300 batter stepping in with the bases juiced like they are, you got to have a bit of a smile on your face as a fan and as a manager.
0-1 on the way, and Trev will foul off another one. So McClellan's gone off speed. He's gone off speed pitch 1 and 2, and because of that, he's up 0-2 now off 2 foul balls. 1 pitch away from getting out of a jam. He's thrown 20 pitches in this opening inning. 13 of those 20 have gone for strikes.
He's been very consistent up on the mound, and again, the off speed giving Emery grief.
The 0-2, and Gilbert will stay alive as he fouls one off out of play over the Emery dugout, which is down the first base line.
Right now, you just want to stay alive in the box. Anything that has a chance of being called strike, you need to be taking a chance on.
No sort of shift by the Canyon View field with 0-2 count and 2 down. Bases loaded, golden opportunity for Emery to crack that goose egg in the first inning. McClellan taking his time on the mound. And finally, Gilbert will call time and take a step out of the box.
Sometimes you just need that second to collect yourself. You want to get your head in the right space as you get further and further into this battle.
Biggest pitch of the inning. Bases juiced, 2 strikes, 2 down. McClellan the pitcher, Gilbert the batter. 0-2 on the way. Gilbert swings and misses, and McClellan will get out of the jam. So Emery will strand 3. No runs on 2 hits. Also getting a free base via walk.
Yeah, and Emery had a perfect opportunity there, just wasn't able to capitalize on it as they leave those bases loaded. Now it's up to the defense to try and get things done, and we talked about it yesterday with Travis. Playing against Canyon View, you got to play near perfect defense to come away with a win.
We go to the bottom of the first. No score in this one as Emery strands 3, 0-0, and Xander Robinson will be on the mound when we return in 30 seconds here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Xander Robinson out on the mound as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Again, he was the big story earlier today as Emery topped the Morgan Trojans, coming in a relief effort and giving the Spartans a solid 3 2/3. Had to have that in order to come out. Also came in with a jam. There was runners at first and third with 1 out. Xander came in and did some work shutting down the Trojans, pushing Emery into the evening game tonight.
And as you get later and later into the tournament, namely day 3, where a lot of your pitching staff has been burnt, they're on that pitch restriction, it's crucial to get good performances from some of these players we don't necessarily see at the mound that often.
I was talking to Coach Julian about who he would start. He said he had a little bit of concern that Xander maybe had sat too long in between games, but would have to go to him at some point in time, and so decided to roll the dice and give him the start. Trenton Ludlow, the center fielder, leads it off for Canyon View. Sharp ground ball hit to Citrit over at third, and Hato makes the throw in time. 1 pitch, out number 1. Ludlow goes down on a ground ball.
And if you're able to get Ludlow out early, that's a pretty good feel. And a .487 hitter on the year. He is lethal when he steps to the plate, so being able to send him back to the dugout, got to be a great feeling for the Spartans.
Just Xander Robinson's 6th appearance at the varsity level this season. And 2 pitches. He's got 1 out and 1 strike. Enter Asher Slack, the speedy shortstop for Canyon View. Slack watches ball 1 go by.
And again, it's a scary part of the lineup. Almost every part of Canyon View's lineup is scary, but namely these first 3, a .404 hitter and Asher Slack.
Came into the tournament hitting .393. He has a ground ball over to Citrit at third. And again, another putout as he delivers a timely throw over to Trevin Gilbert. It's taken 3 pitches, but we have 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
And Xander looking sharp. You talked about it. Coach Julian was a little worried that there was too much rest between game 1 and 2 today, but he's looking sharp as ever up on the hill.
Now first baseman Brady Anderson batting out of the 3 spot. It would be rare for any team to sit Canyon View down 1-2-3. First pitch, pop up, left field. Peyton Nilsson handles it for out number 3. It's that easy for Xander Robinson, who is finding his rhythm. It takes 5 pitches for him to get out of the bottom of the first. We go to the top of 2. No score in this one. Due up for the Spartans. Bronx Olson, Garrett Conover, and Peyton Nilsson when we return.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Bronx Olson leading things off for the Spartans. Top of the second inning. McClellan, the pitcher for Canyon View. And Bronx watches the first ball go by. 1-0 count.
250 hitter on the year and only a sophomore, one of those young players on this Emery squad who has a major impact.
No question. He swats a ground ball over to second, and this will be an easy out for the Canyon View Falcons on a lightly hit ball. It was handled with ease over by Zach Main, makes the timely throw to Brady Anderson, and we have one down on the top of the second.
And right now, this game looking to be a defensive battle. Emery, of course, did load the bases last inning, but were unable to capitalize on that opportunity, something which might come back to haunt them later in the game. It's hard to do that, especially when you're taking on the number 1 seed in the tournament.
Out of the plate, Garrett Conover nearly went yard earlier today. Had a rocket shot out to left field. It bounced off the Costa Vida sign.
That's pretty far out there.
Yeah.
He is having a stellar season. 279 hitter, has his impact on the field and on the mound. A do-it-all player, Swiss Army knife.
He really has been. Garrett in that last game went 1 for 2, had that RBI double. Right now, he's worked the count 2-0 in his favor. McClellan on the 2-0 goes inside, but pegs the corner for strike 1.
And that inside corner has been where Canyon View has found a lot of their success on the mound. Being able to paint that very effectively. We don't typically see them do it with a fastball. Normally it's those breaking balls that they're able to get some control on it.
Conover with a shot out to center field, and this one is handled. Not necessarily an easy play, but Ludlow, the outstanding athlete, is able to track it for out number 2. Emery making contact on McClellan. Right now just having a difficult time finding a spot in the field for that ball to drop.
And Ludlow, he doesn't fear anything. It doesn't matter if there's a brick wall in his way. He's going to make the play by any means necessary, and he's that way across all sports.
And so now with 2 down, Peyton Nielsen out of the 9-hole will come up. Peyton's batting average continues to climb as he has really come on here late in the season. Definitely known for his glove out in the outfield, and he runs this count early 2-0 as the pitch count has now gone past 30 for McClellan through 1 2/3.
He can really lash that leather out in the field, but like you said, as the season has started approaching its climax, he's gotten better and better at the plate.
He watches ball 3 go by. That one was in the dirt with Bo Stilson on deck. Peyton is speedy, could put a base runner on, and a base hit could score Peyton with the wheels that he has. 3-0 count. He watches ball 4 go by. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that's the second walk issued by McClellan, and Emery has their first runner on, looking for a little 2-out rally here in the top of the second.
And a great job by Peyton in the box, staying patient. He's not taking any unnecessary swings. He knows what he's looking for, and if he's not seeing it, he's not taking that swing, and he's rewarded with a walk because of it. And now Canyon View facing Bo Stilson yet again, who had a single last outing, and throughout the tournament has just been stellar as he steps into the batter's box.
Bo has had at least 1 hit in every state tournament game. He started off last night against Canyon View with a triple, starts the game today off with a single, and was called out at home on the force. Fresh count, 2 down, 1 runner on. Bo swings at the first pitch, makes contact, but just chops it foul behind home plate.
And Bo, a .396 hitter, flirting with that 400 mark on the year. And based on his performance in that first at-bat, he has a real chance to try and push it.
He's hovered around 400 all season. He did climb at one particular time in the middle of region play. 0-1 swings, this one just a tad bit early as he sends it down the first base line. It'll be a foul ball.
And if he's able to get on base, what makes him especially potent with the 1-2 punch of him and Peyton Nelson is that speed they bring to the bases.
0-2 count, 2 down. Watches the ball go outside. So now it's a 1-2 count.
And a great watch by Stilson on that one. Looked like it was heading for the zone. Breaks last second out of it. And now he finds himself in a 1-2 count.
1-2, watches the outside, and McClellan and the Canyon View faithful thinking that it was going to peg the outside corner. Bo held his breath for a moment, and he'll live to see another pitch. Counts now 2-2, just missing off the outside.
Yeah, it was flirting with that strike zone, just goes out of it at the last second.
2-2 pitch on the inside. Bo tries to protect, jammed him up, swing and a miss. So Emery will strand yet another. No runs, no hits, one left on. And we are still scoreless in this game. Canyon View coming up next. It'll be the 4 spot, Jaron Bradshaw, along with Price Atwood and Zach Main, when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects or already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. Whether it's fixing up your home, building a new home, or other projects on your to-do list, we are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come in and see us at 82 West Main Street in Price.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636 X-ray. That's 636-9729.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Bottom of 2, Jaron Bradshaw now comes to the plate for Canyon View. Watches ball 1 go by, and he'll watch ball 2 on a fastball high out of the zone. Xander threw just 5 pitches in the first inning. He's thrown 2 already to Bradshaw.
And Bradshaw, another one of those hitters with a mid-450 average, 455 on the season through 88 at-bats.
Xander goes off speed, and Bradshaw swings through and a miss for strike 1. Bradshaw threw 5 pitches in the first inning. 4 of those 5 were for strikes. Here's a hard shot to left field. Peyton Nielsen trying to track it, gets jammed up feet-wise, and that ball is going to bounce, and it's the first hit of the evening for the Canyon View Falcons. The cleanup hitter, Jaron Bradshaw, sends one to deep left for a stand-up double.
And that's the start Canyon View wanted to this inning. They know if they can get that leadoff runner on base, then they greatly improve their chances of trying to score. And when Canyon View can start scoring, they score in bunches. We see them put up typically 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 in an inning. It's tough to stop them once the momentum swings in their favor.
One of the highest scoring teams in the 3A classification. And now with a runner in scoring position, we'll see Price Atwood. Atwood, the lefty. Xander tried to work outside fastball, and he missed for ball 1.
You look at their run total through the year, over 300 runs scored by this offense.
That's impressive. They've yet to play a game in the state tournament where they didn't put in the mercy rule. Think about that.
Yeah, no, and as a 1 seed, you expect a certain level of dominance, but this is unprecedented dominance, being able to mercy rule every team, especially as you get to these later stages.
If they do win tonight, waiting for them in the state championship would be Juab, a team that did beat them twice in the regular season. Here comes the 1-1, to Atwood. And he watches Xander's pitch go outside. It's a 2-1 count.
And the only Region 12 team to beat Canyon View is Juab. So it's going to be an interesting battle if they are to set up that state championship matchup.
Nice lead for Bradshaw over at second. A ground ball hit, and it gobbles up Chris Jansen and into the outfield. and that may score a run for Canyon View. It will.
And that was something we saw in game one against Canyon View, is fielding struggles catching up to the Spartans. They almost had as many errors as they had hits in game one against Canyon View yesterday. Now an error leading to a run.
Well, they rule that an error, so E4. But nonetheless, an RBI for Atwood as Bradshaw comes around, and now the score, 1-0 Canyon View.
Now Maine stepping to the plate, a .329 hitter, so not as high as those last few batters have been, but still stellar in its own right.
So with that error, the run not charged to Xander. Here comes a steal attempt and a hard hit ball down the third base line. It just goes foul. And so Zach Maine will have to come back. Atwood does have speed. He's over at first base. He was going to go regardless, and instead it's a 1-1 count.
That's one of those you're very glad went foul, because that was heading right towards that left field wall, and it was a screamer off the bat. Would have advanced Atwood to at least third base based on the jump he was able to get.
1-1 count. No one out as we hit the bottom of the second. 1-0 Canyon View, scoring off the air a few moments ago. Pickoff throw over to first is not in time. Sliding back safely head first is Atwood.
And you're going to want to keep Atwood in check. He showed off that speed on the steal attempt when the ball was fouled off. You want to keep him as close to first as humanly possible.
Here's a shot now into right field. Bo looks like he'll track it, and there is out number 1. And Atwood will walk back to first. That's the first out of the second frame. And that brings Chandler McClellan, the pitcher, to the plate.
And with all Bo Stilson does, I feel like his fielding is a really underrated part of his game. He can track that ball so well through the air. You rarely see a drop out there in right field.
We saw Bo play in right field a lot last year. Didn't get as many at-bats. We had a stacked lineup at the top of the order, but did wonders for Emery out in right field as Xander misses on the first pitch of this at-bat for ball 1.
And a rare batter on this Canyon View lineup who falls below that 300 average mark, but even still, he's sitting at 295, so he's right there with it.
McClellan is known for ground balls, so Emery could get out of the inning if Robinson pitches to contact. And that ball just misses on the outside, so now we're looking at a 2-0 count. A little bit of speed right now on first base with Atwood. But we know everything to the left side has been money for Emery so far with Hayden Citrit over at third and Trig Jensen at short.
Yeah, it's been like a black hole right there. Nothing has gotten past him this game.
2-0, and that time Xander finds the strike zone for strike 1.
And we know, like you said, that if he's to throw to contact, McClellan's known for his ground balls. And Xander threw a lot of pitches to contact in that first inning. He has it in him. He knows where he can put it to draw that contact. It's just a matter of executing.
Pickoff throw over to first, not in time. Robinson's thrown 19 pitches so far in this game. 11 of those 19 have gone for strikes.
And that's an impressive statistic. That's accuracy in the zone.
2-1 count. One runner aboard, one down. Bottom of 2, 1-0 Canyon View with a lead. Here's a ground ball hit. Goes to shortstop. Trigg picks it up, throws on the run, and gets one out over at first. So now 2 down, but the runner did advance. Once again, McClellan with a ground ball.
McClellan grounds out, but Atwood was already there by the time that Jensen was able to field that one. He's so fast when he gets on the bases. He's a real threat.
And that brings Jake Thomas, the catcher, to the plate. Thomas raked early on in the season. Had a lot of success against Emery last year as well.
A .359 hitter this season. Offense isn't a problem at all for Canyon View.
Off speed coming from Robinson. It crosses home plate for strike 1.
That was a good off-speed pitch. Breaks back into the zone right when it needed to. Does enough to fool the batter and jump ahead in that count.
Atwood gets out to about a 5-step lead over at second. Robinson to the pitch. Here's a ground ball. Goes right through Robinson's glove and into center field, and that will score another. So Thomas with the hard line drive Robinson nearly able to snag it, but that ball was hit hard, and it's 2-0 Canyon View on the RBI single from Jake Thomas.
That was a screamer into center field. Christiansen dives for it, can't make any contact with it as Atwood sprints all the way home, and Thomas advances to first. Canyon View starting to score, and they're looking for a 2-out rally.
Well, the air definitely coming back to affect the Spartans. As not only did the E4 score 1 run, but now Atwood, who reached on that error, has come around to score as well. So 2 runs in the bottom of the second for the Falcons. Robinson takes a look over at first as Thomas gets out to a marginal lead, a swing, and Cannon Williams, the right fielder, will put one foul down the third base line.
And a .271 hitter in Williams through 70 at-bats. He's scored 22 runs on the season with 19 hits and 12 RBIs. He's hunting another one during this at-bat, trying to make it a 3-0 advantage.
So Robinson has thrown 23 pitches through 1 2/3. He's allowed 2 runs, but neither of those will go down in the earned category. And that is something that you have to keep minimal in a game like this against a team like Canyon View.
Yeah, when a team can score runs in bunches, you don't want to allow many earned runs past, let alone unearned runs as well. Emery wants to clean up those errors as they enter the later stages of this game.
Robinson misses high, so the count's now even at 1-1. Again, Cannon Williams, the batter, and then we'll flip and go to the top of the order where Trenton Ludlow was on deck. Extremely dangerous. Emery had a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Not the case here in the bottom of the second, as errors have reared its ugly head and made it 2-0 Canyon View. Counts now 2-1 as Robinson misses outside.
Yeah, you're going to want to escape this inning before you reset that order. Ludlow, again, a lethal hitter.
Williams swings and misses, and so now 1 strike away from Robinson's first K of the evening, but also ending this inning and getting to the top of the third.
Yeah, you want to stop the damage now. The quicker you can stop this run from Canyon View, the better your chances are to hold a comeback of your own.
Hard hit down to third. Citrid comes up with it. Easy throw across field to Trevin Gilbert for out number 3. Damage done in that inning. Canyon View will plate 2 runs off 2 hits, 1 error for Emery and 1 left on base. The Spartans will have an opportunity to get that run back as we prepare for the top of the third inning. Trig Jensen will lead things off, and then Hayden Abrams and Tice Larson when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action.
Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better on the big screen.
Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Top of the third, Emery trailing Canyon View 2-0. Trig Jensen comes to the plate. He reached a single back in the first inning. Trig was one of the runners stranded for Emery. Swings at the first pitch. It goes into foul territory for strike 1.
We saw him earlier today play hero against Morgan, having a few key at-bats that helped separate the Spartans from the Trojans. He was able to reach, like you said earlier in the first inning, a part of that group of runners stranded on base.
Lefty played a key role as a freshman. Saw him at third base, saw him at shortstop, has played well in the field. Again, a double and a triple earlier today. And now with a 1-1 count as the leadoff man in the third. He'll go foul once again. Puts this one into the stands down the third baseline. Count sitting at 1-2. McClellan is becoming more efficient as the game goes on. He's thrown 39 pitches so far, 22 or 40 pitches now, and 23 of those 40 have gone for strikes.
And we saw that earlier in the first contest between these two teams. As Canyon View goes on, their pitching staff seems to get better and better, whereas you'd think that as that arm gets more tired, you'd be seeing a lot more inaccurate throws, but that's just not the case.
McClellan was pitching to contact throughout the first glance of this Emery batting order. But then he struck out Bo Stilson to end last inning, and he sits down Trig Jensen, a swing and a miss. And that's the third K of the evening for McClellan. And the leadoff man sits down in Trigg here in the top of the third.
And that's oftentimes how these good players react to situations. It may take a second for them to get going, but as soon as they see that first successful play happen, that's when they can really start turning things on in basketball. Sometimes just seeing that ball hit the bottom of the net. In baseball, it's being able to get that first strikeout, and then you can start cooking from there.
Hato swings at the first pitch, chopping ground ball. It's handled by the third baseman Bradshaw, and he'll gun Hato down at first for out number 2.
And Bradshaw to Anderson, a very accurate throw from third base for the out at first.
Pitch count continuing to drop on average for McClellan, sitting right now at 42. The designated hitter, Tice Larson, will step up. He walked in his first at bat. 2 down, no one aboard. Tice swings at the first pitch, puts it out of play down the right field line. Counts 0-1. McClellan's done a great job of jumping out in front of Emery hitters throughout the second inning and doing it again here in the third inning, looking for his first 1-2-3 frame of the night.
And Larson, the second leading batter on Emery, so a tough task sitting ahead of McClellan.
It's a 1-1 count. Tice thought about it, lays off on the outside breaking ball. Count now goes to 2-1.
And we've seen that off-speed pitch from Canyon View get a little less effective as this game has run its course, but still a lethal weapon in the Falcons' arsenal.
2-1 count. McClellan steps off. He faced 6 batters in the first inning, 4 in the second, looking to face only 3 here in the third. And this time, the fastball hits the outside corner for strike 2, and we are all even, 2-2.
And Canyon View, again, on defense, especially from their pitching staff, when they can get going in bunches. When you start seeing those strikes fall, they get a little more lethal.
2-2 is in the dirt. Now the count is full. McClellan has walked 2. He struck out 3. He's allowed 2 hits. And, of course, no runs through 2 2/3.
And Tice looking for his second walk of the evening.
Has to protect, makes contact, but lifts one up into shallow right field, and it's handled by Ludlow, the center fielder, who makes his way over into right for out number 3. So it happens to be the first 1-2-3 inning of the game. McClellan looking better and better as the night goes on. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 2-0 Canyon View. And due up, it's the top of the lineup. Trenton Ludlow, Asher Slack, and Brady Anderson. Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
Well, I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com.
Side-by-sides, four-wheelers, travel trailers, boats, and jet skis. All of your summer fun equipment needs insurance in case the unthinkable happens and they have to be replaced. But are you getting the best deal? It's time to call Dawn's Hometown Insurance for a free quote. Bundling your summer fun equipment with your auto and home insurance at Dawn's Hometown Insurance will help save you money. By calling Dawn's Hometown Insurance, you're ensuring that you get to work with a local agent that will work for you. Call Dawn at 637-3344 for your free quote.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Bottom of the third. 2-0 Canyon View with the lead, and Trenton Ludlow to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. He had a ground out in his first at-bat, and he finds himself down 0-2.
And if there's any section of the lineup you want to see go 3 up, 3 down, it's these opening 3 batters for
definitely.
Canyon View. And we were able to do that in the first inning. Now the key for the Spartans is you want to halt them from scoring any more runs. Keep this game in pace. Don't let it become a blowout, because when it gets like that, that's when Canyon View really excels.
30th pitch of the night for Robinson, and he misses on the outside. Counts now 1-2. Ludlow, Slack, and Anderson. That's who's due up for Canyon View. This time, it's a hard-hit ground ball just out of the reach of Abrams. Trigg was able to come up with it, but it bounced out of his glove, and it was a hard hit. It will go down as the third hit of the evening for the Falcons, and Ludlow has reached first base. Asher Slack coming to the plate. We'll pause for station identification.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station. 107.3 FM and 750 AM. KOAL. Price.
First pitch in the at-bat as Asher Slack 0 for 1 had a ground out back in the first inning. He swings at the first pitch, tags this one into shallow right field. Stilson tracks it, has the easy put out for out number 1.
And, you're good to see that one stayed very maintainable, very trackable out there in shallow right field. Stilson does a good job eyeing it down, yanking it out of the air for out number 1 on the inning.
And the dangerous lefty Brady Anderson steps up. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to end the first inning. And now he'll have another at-bat with 1 down, and Trenton Ludlow on first. Ludlow with the speed. I would expect him to go almost immediately in this at-bat. Robinson's going to take a look at him over at first. Pickoff throw over. As Xander's anticipating the steal as well. He'll keep Ludlow home, at least for the moment, on the pickoff throw to Gilbert at first.
And in yesterday's contest, Anderson 0 of 3 with a walk.
Ludlow out to a big lead. Xander puts this one in the dirt, and that will allow Ludlow to take a free base.
And as soon as he saw that go past Olsen, he knew he was going to be heading to second base. It's those kind of errors that haunt Emery, especially against a good team like Canyon View.
So now a runner in scoring position for Anderson. And he misses outside.
Falling behind early in the count, 2-0. A bit of an Anderson awaiting, or a bit of a battle awaiting Robinson, but a hill he's been willing to climb all game long.
2-0 count. Takes a long look over at second. Huge lead for Ludlow. Robinson misses low and out of the zone for ball 3.
A little rattled after the wild pitch allowed Ludlow to reach second base. Just needs to take a second, maybe take a step off the mound, take a deep breath, and recenter himself.
3-0 count. Should be one right in the zone for Anderson. Pitch comes, and Anderson watches it go by. Counts now 3-1. Still a hitter's count with 1 down. No double play in effect now that Ludlow was able to move over to second. On deck is Jaron Bradshaw, the cleanup hitter, who did launch a double in his first at-bat in the second inning. Huge lead for Ludlow. That draws Robinson off the mound. The throw over to Trigg Jensen at second, not in time.
That was definitely the right move. Ludlow getting a bit too big of a lead out at second base. He's jumping out about 10 feet from second.
Just took 8 steps off of second base. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, but a called on strike, and so now Anderson has that count full at 3-2. Could be a crucial out here for the Spartans with a runner in scoring position and only 1 down. Robinson's 3-2 on the way. Chopping ground ball to Abrams. Picks it up on the run and makes the easy throw over to first for out number 2. Boyhado has been spectacular over at third, and now 2 down with a runner at third, and that brings Jaron Bradshaw to the plate.
He's another Spartan who's just been having a stellar state tournament performance in the field, at the plate, on the mound. He's done it all for Emery, and with the throw like that to build the 2-out situation, you can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, but with a runner still at third, and especially with that runner being Trenton Ludlow, you want to be on the lookout.
Hard ground ball hit. Chris Jansen able to gobble it up, makes the throw to first, and that's the third and final out of the third inning. So the Falcons will strand 1. Emery manages to keep them scoreless there in the third inning. However, the Falcons will take a 2-0 lead as we go into the fourth inning. Due up We'll see Christiansen, Trevin Gilbert, and Bronx Olson. When we return, Emery trying to chip into the lead. They trail 2-0 to the Canyon View Falcons. We're back in just a moment.
Can I afford a home?
How do I price and list my home?
Do I get pre-qualified?
Do I do an open house?
Does the realtor work for the buyer or the seller?
How do I show my home?
You have questions? Quick Realty has the answers. The only local realtor that uses a 3D camera and does complimentary virtual tours for every client. Quick Realtors are professional and experienced, and a premier agent on Zillow and specialist on Realtor.com. East Main Street Price and at BQuickRealty.com. Facebook and Instagram. Call 613-HOME. 613-4663.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
I don't know if manager Chase Julian could ask for much more out of Xander Robinson. He needs some run support, and Hayden Christiansen gets a hold of the very first pitch here in the top of the fourth inning, but it's caught on a great track by Trenton Ludlow out in center field, moving towards the left part of the field for out number one.
And that run support right now definitely needed. Emery, since the first inning, has struggled at the plate in the top of the second. They had a walk, but 3 outs outside of that. And then in the top of the third, they went 3 up, 3 down. Emery just hasn't had much success since the first.
First pitch in the at-bat for Trevin Gilbert is a ball in the dirt. You talk about the way Xander Robinson has pitched in this game. He's gone 3 innings, allowed 3 hits and two runs, neither of which were earned. So he's been spectacular, but the Emery offense has gone somewhat cold, and Gilbert will pop out to the first baseman, handled with ease by Brady Anderson for out number 2. And so McClellan is 1 out away from another 1-2-3.
And again, this is only Robinson's 6th varsity appearance this season on the mound. It's one of those state tournament moves where you've used a lot of pitchers that are up in that pitch count. They need their day or two of rest, and he's stepped up in a major way for the Spartans.
When the Emery bats have been firing, this team's been very, very good. Right now, they're looking for their first hit since the first inning. They only have 2. They started the game off with back-to-back singles by Stilson and Jensen. They've yet to record a hit since. They've had to use walks to get on. And Bronx Olson will watch the second pitch in the count go by for a ball. We're even at 1-1.
And when we've seen Emery come alive, it's been these 4th and 5th innings where they've been able to do a majority of the damage.
McClellan goes off speed, finds the inside corner, and now he's looking at a 1-2 count. 1 pitch away from another 1-2-3. He had that fairly high pitch count in the first inning where he went over 20 pitches. As he's trying to work through 4 innings, he's only up to 55. So he's been very efficient since, and a swing and a miss for Bronx Olson, and we have yet another 1-2-3. The 4th strikeout of the evening for McClellan, and he's gone 4 strong for the Canyon View Falcons. They still lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Price Atwood, Zach Main, and Chandler McClellan all due up when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Sports Talk, 107.3 FM and 750 AM, KOAL.
Xander Robinson on the mound for his fourth inning of work out of the starting spot. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, none of which were earned. Hasn't recorded a strikeout yet, but he has relied on his defense, and the Spartans have been able to answer the call in that regard. Still, the score is 2-0 Canyon View, and stepping up to lead things off here in this frame, it is Price Atwood, the left fielder. Lefty takes a swing at the very first pitch. Ground ball to Christiansen. Makes the throw to Trevin Gilbert at first for out number 1. Takes all but 1 pitch to have 1 down on the bottom of the 4th.
And a good job by Christiansen, cleanly fielding that ball out at second base, making the easy throw to first for out number 1. They need to stop Canyon View as quickly as possible here into the bottom of the 4th inning, and then they need to add some crucial run support as they enter the later stages of this game because time is starting to run out.
Zach Main will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Had a pop out in his first at bat. He watches ball 1 go by. So Robinson right now still going through his second turn through the lineup.
And he's done a good job keeping him in check. Both runs have been unearned.
Main thought about bunting, could not bring it back in time, and a strike is called. Counts now 1-1.
But again, it's been the errors that have haunted Emery this game that led to both runs coming through.
Yeah, no earned runs for Xander Robinson in this game, and the 2-1 count as he misses to the outside.
Yesterday, Maine was 1 of 3 with an RBI.
Well, he puts this one down the third base line. It's foul. I believe that ball bounced off his foot.
It looks like he was in a bit of pain after that throw, and I mean, Xander's thrown with a lot of velocity right now. He's done a good job keeping the batters guessing.
Well, it is cold. The temperatures continue to drop. Not as if it doesn't hurt when it's warm outside, but it is amplified in the cold weather. 46, 45 degrees right now here at Utah Valley University.
It's another one of those games I'm glad to be in the booth.
Absolutely. There's a strikeout. Xander Robinson gets his first K of the evening, and he'll sit down Zach Main for out number 2.
And Xander's been following that Canyon View formula. As the game has been going on, he's been getting better and better up on the hill. He's looking more and more confident each time he steps up there to face another batter.
Through 3 2/3, he has not issued a single walk. And he'll start this at-bat against Chandler McClellan with a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 pitch on its way. Xander just missed. Looked good from here. But they'll rule it count now even 1-1. Could be a 1-2-3 inning for Emery.
And in the first meeting between these two teams, through 4 at-bats, McClellan was able to come up with 2 runs.
McClellan chops that one foul down the third base line, and now it's a 1-2 count. And so Robinson, looking for his second strike, can sit down Canyon View. It'd be his second 1-2-3 inning of the evening. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's a hard ground ball hit right up the middle. Sliding play by Jensen. Makes the throw over to first to Trevin Gilbert. The head first slide by McClellan. Not in time. And it's a 1-2-3 frame for Xander Robinson, who's gone 4 strong.
And that's the kind of play you see on the ESPN Top 10 highlight reel. What a play out at shortstop by Trig Jensen. Like I said, diving head first, landing perfectly, able to make the throw to get the out and end the inning for the Spartans.
He's just a sophomore backing up his pitcher. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Emery still within striking distance, trying to force that decisive, what would be Game 3 with Canyon View tomorrow. The score in this one, 2-0. Falcons with the lead. We go to the top of the 5th right after this.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
Emery Emory High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Garrett Conover turns on the first pitch and sends it foul into left field for strike one, a very long strike one if you're Chandler McClellan.
Yeah, no, that one looked like it was going to stay fair until the very last moment.
Outside pitch that looked low and off the plate, called for a second strike, and now Conover finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
And it feels crucial that Emery gets one of these first two batters on base. Get something going. You need a spark right now.
Well, because of that questionable call in the second strike, Garrett had no option but to try to protect, and he swings and misses for out number one. And that works as the fifth strikeout for McClellan.
And that call threw off a lot of people, whether it be here in the booth or down in the Emery Loyal in the stands. Just a bit of miscommunication there.
McClellan puts the first pitch in the dirt for Peyton Nielsen, the left fielder. He earned a walk in his first at-bat back in the second inning. If Emery can get one runner on, you're one swing away from tying this game. 1-0 count now to Nielsen. McClellan, he's been lights out. He goes low and out of the zone for ball two.
He's been lights out against everyone but Nelson, it feels. He's been able to watch that strike zone beautifully. Had his walk in his first at-bat, now hunting for a second and looking to give Emery an opportunity to try and claw back into this contest.
Peyton able to lay off, and now the count is 3-0. So expect a fastball right in the zone. I'm sure Peyton will most certainly take as Emery tries to get a runner on. Here in the top of the fifth inning. Fastball coming, gets inside, missed the zone, and Peyton has earned his second walk of the evening. And that is the first base runner that Emery has had since the second frame. How about that?
And you know, better late than never is how the saying goes. You want to see Nielsen on base, especially with Bo Stilson stepping up to the plate. He's 1-2 in this game, had that single in the first inning to open up. But since then, the bats have gone quiet. But with the runner on first, Bo can do some damage.
A first base runner since Peyton Nielsen walked in the second. Emery yet to register a hit since Trig Jensen in the first inning. Bo Stilson went single, Trig Jensen went single.
Now, you want a repeat of that first inning in almost every way except one, and that's leaving those runners stranded. If you can get yourself into a similar situation, Emery's shown they can hit the ball, they can put it into play. They just haven't been able to since that first inning.
Light lead for Peyton over at first. McClellan goes inside and misses. Crowding the plate is Bo Stilson. He's going to pack that in, the righty-on-righty matchup.
And McClellan, a 3.25 ERA, a 4.1 win-loss ratio through 8 appearances.
Bo takes a big swing and puts it foul for strike one. That ERA continuing to drop here for McClellan as he's gone 4 innings strong of shutout baseball.
Yeah, he's doing himself a lot of favors up on the mound in terms of statistics.
Canyon View has played clean in the field. Also a difference. Bo lays off the breaking ball, and now the count is sitting at 2-1. You know, it looks almost unsuspecting on the scoreboard. You just see 1 E, but that one error was responsible for 2 runs for Canyon View. McClellan with a pickoff throw over to Anderson at first. A head-first slide for Peyton. He's back safely, and now we go back to work at the plate. Count sitting at 2-1 for Bo Stilson. Here comes the fastball. Bo swings late, and he chops it foul. Counts now 2-2.
And that error has been the deciding factor in this game. Both teams playing neck and neck throughout this contest, but that is the one thing that separates them, that error bringing home 2 unearned runs.
2-2 count for Bo Stilson, 1 runner aboard. Inside, Bo has to protect, and that check swing made contact for a foul ball. Count sticks at 2-2.
And that's the second time we've seen a check swing make contact today. This one ending a lot better for the Spartans, though, going foul. First one was put into play, led to the force out at home.
18 batters faced for McClellan. He's sitting at 68 pitches, and this one goes in the dirt, and Peyton will easily take second. He rounds second, holds up, and now we're looking at a full count with a runner in scoring position for Emery with 1 down here in the top of the fifth. That's the first wild pitch for McClellan in the ballgame.
And Peyton, he could have jogged from first to second on that one. It goes soaring to the backstop, gets stopped there, takes a second for Thomas to recover behind home plate and get a hold of that ball. But a wise move by Nelson nonetheless, holding at second.
Base hit may break the goose egg for the Spartans in the top of the fifth. Bo with a hard hit lifts this one into center field. Peyton tagging Ludlow comes down with it, makes a beautiful throw into the shortstop, Slack, and that holds Peyton Nielsen at second. Bo Stilson drops to 1-3 on the evening.
And you got to give it to the Canyon View defense. Stellar play they've had all season. Over the course of the year, for every run that they give up, they're scoring 2.5, so they're very stingy on defense. And that we see it through the results on the year. You see a lot of blowouts going in their favor.
Third time through the lineup for McClellan. Step up now, the lefty sophomore Trig Jensen, who just made an outstanding play out of the field. Trig is 1 for 2. He had a single in his first at-bat, struck out in his second. Takes a big swing for strike one on the miss.
Now, it was nearly a full 2 months between the meetings between these two teams, first playing in March in region play, and then only meeting again in tournament.
Trigg, soft ground ball, hit to Anderson at first. He tosses it up to McClellan, and Emery's going to strand another. So the Spartans threaten off the walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. McClellan has now gone 5 innings, allowing just 2 hits, 4 consecutive innings without a hit. And the Falcons will take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. When we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM, Jake Thomas, Cannon Williams, and Trenton Ludlow all due up.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Canyon View still in control 2-0. Xander Robinson remains on the mound for Emery. I think Coach Julian has gotten everything he could ask out of Xander. He's thrown 50 pitches in 4 innings strong. No earned runs in this game. Here's a ground ball hit. Christiansen there to pick it up at second. Makes the throw over to Gilbert for the putout. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that's what Xander's done so well throughout this game, is delivering those pitches to contact, leading to easy ground ball situations for the Spartans. Sometimes gets a little out there into the outfield, but the Spartans defenders able to corral it with ease. That's what they've been best at. Now the error on the board is again what stands out. That led to 2 unearned runs.
Cannon Williams now comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. Had a ground out back in the 2nd inning.
Yesterday, through 5 at-bats, came away with 1 hit.
He finds himself down 0-2 after the first called on strike. Fouls one off behind home plate. And Robinson is working with speed, not wasting a lot of time on the mound. 3rd pitch in the at-bat. Here's a pop fly. This one floating towards foul territory, and Trevin Gilbert drops it. He had it, dropped it in foul territory, a good 15 feet beyond first base, and now new life for Cannon Williams.
And that's a stay of execution for Williams. Looked like it was going to be a sure thing as it fell from the heavens, but Gilbert unable to get a full grasp on it as it drops to the ground harmlessly.
Inside pitch for Robinson, misses for a ball.
And still ahead 1-2 in the count. We've seen Xander at his best when he's been able to jump ahead in that count.
Swing, and I was going to say a miss, but it looks as if Williams got just a piece of it. So we'll do 1-2 all over again.
He's staying alive in the box. Williams doesn't want to go back to the dugout empty-handed.
Swing, this ball to Christiansen, able to pick it up. The throw over to first is in time, and so the drop by Gilbert does not come back to haunt Emery. Christiansen with the second put out of the inning, 2 down, and that will flip the lineup to the top for Trenton Ludlow.
And he's a scary batter to face, but he hasn't been able to get much accomplished today through his 2 plate appearances, 1 of 2 on the day. Was able to reach second, but has been held quiet otherwise.
4 2/3 for Robinson. He's only allowed 3 hits against this very good Canyon View team, and Ludlow will pop one up, shallow right. Christiansen moves from second, over for his 3rd putout of the inning. And that'll do it. Another 1, 2, 3 for Xander Robinson. He's keeping the Spartans in this game. We'll see if the offense can help him out. Hayden Citrid, Tice Larson, Hayden Christiansen all due up. Emery's down to their final 6 outs as we go to the 6th inning right after this.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Top of the 6th inning, do or die game for the Emery Spartans, and right now they trail Canyon View 2-0. Hayden Citrid will get things started, and he watches the off-speed go by for strike 1 as McClellan remains on the mound for Canyon View. 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He has been lights out, and Hayden swings in one low out of the zone for strike 2.
And it's been a true pitching duel between McClellan and Robinson. Both of them giving it all, laying it all out on the field.
Nato swings down, gets underneath one, and lofts it out to left field. We're at what is there for out number 1. Had to take about 2 steps back. And we have one down on the top of the 6th inning.
And Emery down to the final 5 outs. They need to find some run support, and they need to find it quickly. You're only down 2-0, but with how the defense of Canyon View has been playing, that 2-0 lead feels much larger.
McClellan right now with 75 pitches. Still finding his rhythm, and Tice Larson will come to the plate. Tice is 0 for 1, had a walk back in the 1st inning, popped out in the 3rd. Swings through the first pitch. May have gotten a piece of it. Counts 0-1. McClellan, second pitch. Here's Larson. Soft fly ball out to short. Slack carries it in for out number 2. So McClellan looking for another 1-2-3 inning. It would be his 3rd of the evening.
And it feels like if he's able to come up with that 1-2-3 inning, that's going to steal any momentum the Spartans might find themselves with. He's been just lights out up on the hill.
He has a chance for a complete game. At this point, he's thrown 78 pitches, and now Hayden Christiansen, who's been lights out in the field, will step up, try to spark this Emery offense. He watches ball 1 go by on the outside. On deck for the Spartans, I believe we will go to Easton Stoker. So Stoker will come in for Trevin Gilbert, which means I'm assuming we may see Gilbert come out on the mound. Here's the 1-1. Pitch is low and in the dirt.
I think Gilbert is a good choice to try and close out this game. Xander's been having a stellar performance, but you can tell a little lasting. That arm's starting to get a little weary.
2-1 swing. Christiansen puts this one out of play for strike 2. And so now McClellan 1 strike away from going 6 strong. Has not allowed a hit since the 1st inning.
And Canyon View playing with that minor advantage of not having to play a game earlier today. They came in well rested and fresh.
Christiansen hits a line drive. This one a bounce and picked up by Slack. He makes the throw to Anderson in time. So, yes, it is another 1-2-3 inning for Chandler McClellan. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Emery's going to have to try to keep this one close. Xander Robinson will come out on the mound once again, due up for the Canyon View Falcons. When we return, we'll see Asher Slack, Brady Anderson, and Jaron Bradshaw.
If your pet hisses, chirps, bleats, or screams, Castle Country Vet is here to help keep your pets healthy. Castle Country Vet is more than cats and dogs, which we love too. Castle Country Vet takes care of snakes to reptiles, rabbits to birds, and sheep to goats, from small exotics to large animals. Doctors Harmer and Kelly and a knowledgeable staff is dedicated to being your other family doctor. Castle Country Vet in Price. Call 637-5797. Online at castlecountryvet.net.
Spring is the season of fresh beginnings. This spring, let that new beginning be a new home. Hi, this is Greg from the Driggs Mortgage Team. My team and I are ready to guide you on this exciting journey, offering tailored financing solutions crafted with you in mind. Experience seamless service and personalized care, because there's no substitute for experience. Call us today at 801-427-3577. Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Bottom of the sixth inning, 2-0 Canyon View with the lead. Xander Robinson still on the mound for Emery. We enter in the middle of the count, sitting 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Slack with a hit, picked up by Trigg at short. The throw to Gilbert in time for out number 1. You want to talk about efficiency? We may have an ace next season in Xander Robinson if he keeps this up. 61 pitches, 41 of those 61 have been for strikes, and he has not given up a single earned run to this potent Canyon View Falcon team through 5 1/3.
And anytime you can see that strike to ball ratio in that 2/3 range, that's the makings of a star. So Xander Robinson, in only his 6th varsity appearance, just going lights out on the mound.
Delivers a first pitch strike to Anderson. Anderson swings at the second ball, picked up by Christiansen. Easy throw to make over to first for out number 2. So we talked about the efficiency from McClellan. In fact, Xander has been able to make quicker work of Canyon View, throwing just 64 pitches.
Yeah, he has just remained calm despite facing, like you said, a very potent Canyon View offense. This is a team who's used to winning by 7, 8, 9, even 10 runs. Coming into this game throughout the tournament, they've mercy ruled every team that they've played. Emery not looking to let that happen.
Well, he's 1 out away from his 3rd consecutive 1-2-3 frame. Canyon View has not had a hit since the beginning of the 3rd inning when Ludlow singled. Yet Emery has not been able to break through offensively themselves. 2-0 count to start here to Bradshaw.
And it's been a true duel between the pitchers, McClellan and Robinson, neither wanting to give the other team an inch.
Robinson finds the outside corner for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. Not only has Robinson not given up a hit since the 3rd inning, he has not issued a single walk in this game, which is even more impressive. And right as I say that, he finds himself flirting now with a walk and a 3-1 count.
Now we've seen him fall behind 3-0, and he's able to battle back very efficiently against these batters. He doesn't lose his head. He's cool as a cucumber up there.
3-1, swing, ground ball. Abrams is there to pick it up, charges, makes the throw, and that is another 1-2-3 frame for Xander Robinson, who has a little bit of fire coming off of the field. The season hangs in the balance. We go to the top of the 7th. Emery needs 2 runs to keep the Cinderella story alive, and we're back in 60 seconds on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
We still believe in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law is committed to making sure your rights are protected and seek for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. We've helped countless clients get through their legal troubles. So if you or a loved one feel that you have no one to turn to, you do. Oliver Law in Price. Everyone deserves a great defense attorney. 435-637-6060. Or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Change coming in at pitcher for Canyon View. The story set on Chandler McClellan. He goes 6 innings, gives up 2 hits, issues only 3 walks, and fans 5 batters in shutout baseball. And now coming out to record the save is Jaron Bradshaw. Bradshaw moves over from third base. Zach Main goes from first over to third. And Bryce Atwood will come in from left field. He'll make his way now to first on a few changes. Leading off for Emery, it's Trevin Gilbert, and he watches ball 1 go by.
And right now, if you're a Spartan fan, you're just glad you're not seeing the arm of Brady Anderson up on the hill. He's the one who gave the Spartans so much trouble last night. Now a new face for Emery to take on.
Well, Bradshaw now evens out the count with a strike right down Broadway. And so we're 1-1. Gilbert's going to watch the off speed. So 1 fastball so far for Bradshaw. He found the zone. 2 breaking balls have both missed.
Now, looking through the season, this is the first time that Bradshaw has made an appearance against Emery. A completely new look for the Spartans to try and adapt to.
Well, the count's 2-1 to Trevin Gilbert. Another breaking ball. This one is off the plate for ball 3. Boy, it would be huge if Emery could bring the tying run to the plate with no outs, and we are 1 pitch away from seeing just that. Trev watches on the 3-1 count, and now it's gone full. Big pitch by Bradshaw.
And Gilbert, a .302 hitter on the season. He's an ideal candidate for who you want up in this situation.
3-2 swing and a miss. Ball is dropped back by the catcher, Jake Thomas. He makes the throw over to first base in time for the out. Yeah. So fighting back from the 3-1 count. And now we have 1 down to our final 2 outs.
And time's starting to run out for Emery. It feels as important as ever to try and get someone on base in this next at-bat. If not, with 2 outs, it feels like hope might be starting to fade from the Emery dugout.
So as we get down to it, Emery's going to go to the bench. Mason Thornley will get an at-bat here for the Spartans, the junior.
And through 19 at-bats, Thornley, a .263 hitter. He's scored 4 runs on 5 hits, has a 1 RBI to his name, looking to be the spark Emery needs.
It's to give the lefty view here, and he swings at the first pitch from Bradshaw and misses for strike 1. On deck is Garrett Conover, who we know has deep power. Got to get a runner aboard. Thornley watches the second ball. It's a breaking ball missing out of the zone. Counts now even at 1-1.
And it just took 1 pitch for Thornley to get reacclimated to the plate on the varsity level, but now looking composed as ever.
Thornley swings, and he puts it in foul territory down to his final strike, 1-2 count. And Bradshaw also working effectively, coming in for the 3-out save.
And another one of those young players on this Emery roster. Thornley, only a junior.
Thornley gets a piece, pops this one up. It is in play, and that is a tremendous grab. Did he come down with it? Yes, he did. My goodness. Jake Thomas, the catcher, is able to track that ball. It was sky high, and he pulls it down for out number 2. What a play by the Canyon View catcher.
He's staring right into those lights, running around for a second like a chicken with its head cut off, but able to compose himself, make the snag for out number 2. Great defense has defined Canyon View throughout this game.
Emery down to their final out, trying to keep the season and the dream alive. Garrett Conover, the impressive sophomore, comes to the plate, swings at a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1.
You can tell from that swing, Conover, he's going for the fences on this one. He's trying to do anything he can to try and spark the Spartans.
Peyton Nielsen is on deck. Garrett Conover with a single to center field. Emery not done yet. Their first hit since the first inning, and the tying run comes to the plate with 2 down in the top of the 7th.
And it couldn't come at a better time. Emery trying to hold a 2-out rally with Nielsen stepping to the plate. 2 walks in the game.
2 walks and 2 plate appearances. Bo Stilson is on deck, and there is new life for Emery. Bradshaw's first pitch is out of the zone for a ball.
And a good job checking that swing by Nelson. Thinks about it for a second, leans in, but is able to halt himself.
1-0 count. Nilsson. He stays clean, takes ball 2. It's now 2-0.
He's so intelligent when he gets into that box. He's not swinging at anything he doesn't feel is going to be in that strike zone.
Miniature lead for Conover at first. 2 down. Stilson on deck. Nilsson swings. Looked like that one was out of the zone. Could be 3-0. Instead, it's 2-1. But he has sent the message to Bradshaw that he has the green light to swing. 2-1 count. Fastball, swing and a miss, and Emery is down to their final strike. It's a 2-2 count. Season riding on this pitch right here. Tying run at the plate. Bo Stilson on deck. Peyton Nilsson trying to keep Emery's hopes alive with Garrett Conover on first. Bradshaw trying to record the save to put Canyon View in the state championship. Pitch is on the way. Peyton swings and misses for the 3rd out, and that will do it. Canyon View will march to the state championship, where they will see the Juab Wasps, and the Cinderella season comes to an end for the Emery Spartans in a heartbreaking 2-0 loss to the Canyon View Falcons.
But they gave Canyon View everything that they possibly could. Coming into this contest, Canyon View had mercy ruled every team they'd played in the state tournament. The first time they'd felt any real pressure in this postseason. But Emery doing everything they can. They just can't get the run support that they needed. And the one thing that shines brightest on that scoreboard right now is the 1 underneath the E.
That is where it really turned early on in the game. Canyon View plates 2 runs in the second, and that was it. 3 hits for each team. Final score in this one, 2-0. Coming up, post-game wrap-up show, our last of the season, brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Canyon View 2, Emery 0. The season comes to an end, and we have more coming up after this.
Step up to the plate with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Just like baseball, managing finances is all about making smart plays. Whether you're aiming for a home run with a new home loan or stealing second with unbeatable auto loan rates, our team is here to coach you through every financial inning. Slide into our branch today and let's hit a financial grand slam together. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where everyone gets VIP treatment.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Bill Hicks, owner of Farlenos. I've got some exciting news. Spring hours are here. Monday through Thursday, we'll be here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 9 p.m. And for those lazy Sundays, we'll be serving up your favorites from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or enjoying a relaxing meal, Farlenos is a place where the locals eat. And we can't wait to see you more often. Come on down and let us treat you to something special.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars, Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Step up to the plate with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Just like baseball, managing finances is all about making smart plays. Whether you're aiming for a home run with a new home loan or stealing second with unbeatable auto loan rates, our team is here to coach you through every financial inning. Slide into our branch today and let's hit a financial grand slam together. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where everyone gets VIP treatment.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Season comes to an end at the 3A state tournament. Emery falling just short of a state championship appearance. They were one of the final 3 teams left coming into the state tournament as the 12th seed, and they fall to the number 1 ranked team, Canyon View, 2-0 in what was one heck of a tilt. Welcome into the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Hey, you can go get your Emery High School Spirit Card tomorrow. Just go into Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, tell them you want to turn your debit card into that Emery High School Spirit Card, and you can take your Spartan pride with you wherever you go. Jordan Buscarini alongside Aiden Mortensen. Aiden, wow, tying run at the plate, down 2-0, top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. You couldn't ask for anything more, but Jaron Bradshaw overpowers Peyton Nielsen. He grabs the save, and the Falcons march to the state championship game.
And I feel like the pitching was the defining factor for both teams throughout this game. Chandler McClellan and Jaron Bradshaw both doing an incredible job for the Falcons. Xander Robinson making only his 6th varsity-level appearance for the Spartans this season. Comes in, throws 6 complete innings, and holds the Falcons to only 2 runs, both unearned.
Xander went 9 2/3 today and did not give up a single earned run against Morgan and Canyon View. I mean, when you talk about gutsy, gritty performances, this kid was simply outstanding, did everything in his power to keep the Spartans alive and keep the season moving. He was incredible. He pitches 6 innings in this game, gives up 3 hits, no earned runs, only 1 strikeout, but Canyon View could not figure out Xander Robinson, just as Morgan could not figure him out.
You know, and he was peppering that zone with a wide variety of pitches, off-speed, fastball. It really keeps the batter guessing what's going to be coming next, and when they did take that swing, they were hitting for contact, but it was usually easy dribblers out to Trigg at shortstop. The Spartans' defense was incredible tonight, minus the single error that led to both of those Canyon View runs coming through.
Now, the 2 runs for Canyon View comes in the 2nd inning, and if you go back and take a look at the way it went down, Jaron Bradshaw, he started things off with a double, and then Bryce Atwood reached on an E4. Turned out to be an RBI, and then he scored moments later as Jake Thomas laced a single. And so Atwood reaches by error, and he ends up scoring. So that turned out to be the determining factor. How efficient was Xander Robinson for Emery? Well, he went 6 innings through 69 pitches, and 46 of those 69 were strikes out of the 22 batters that he faced tonight.
And you want to see that 66% strike-to-ball ratio at the professional level. On the high school level, that's a stellar performance. He was so calm and composed throughout the game. There were a few times he'd find himself down 2-0, 3-0 in the count, but he was able to stay calm and battle back into these at-bats. He was just incredible throughout this contest. You got to give him a lot of credit. Gutsy performances in the previous game and this game.
You look at batters faced per inning for Robinson in this game, in this loss, and this is why baseball is so cruel. Xander's going to have an L attached to his name in this decisive game, and he was lights out. Baseball's a cruel sport, specifically when you look at the statistics. He faced 3 batters in the 1st inning. He faced 6 batters in the 2nd. He faced 4 in the 3rd, and then he went 1, 2, 3 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
He to have an L by his name for this game, it's unfair, it's cruel, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Emery just struggled when it came to providing run support to the excellent game Xander was throwing.
Now, Chandler McClellan, he was just as special for Canyon View in this game. He goes 82 pitches through 6 innings. He throws 50 strikes. He faced 23 batters, and he also fanned 5. So the pitch count was a little bit higher, but he had 4 more strikeouts than Robinson. Again, a spectacular performance. Emery starts this game with back-to-back singles. The Spartans do not register another hit until the top of the 7th inning when Garrett Conover allowed the game-tying run to come to the plate. I've talked about underclassmen all week long, and I'll tell you, something special is brewing with Garrett Conover. He comes through in the biggest of moments, and he gave the Spartans one last chance, Aiden, in the top of the 7th with a laced single to center field.
And when he made that hit, it felt like things were shifting in Emery's favor. It felt like this is their chance. They're going to seize this opportunity and take advantage, but unfortunately it just wasn't the case. But you look at the young group before the Spartans line ahead, looking through this roster, you see a few seniors, but for the most part you see a lot of sophomores and a lot of juniors stepping up in a major way. Manager Chase Julian had enough faith in this young roster. He's throwing a few more young players in that 7th inning with Mason Thornley stepping to the plate, a lefty to give him a different look. There's so much young talent on this team, and like you said, something special is going to be coming up in Emery County.
Well, I agree. There's 3 hits for Emery in this game, a single for Bo Stilson, a single for Trick Jensen, and a single for Garrett Conover. You talked about the seniors on this year's squad. Let's look at the senior group. Hayden Christiansen was money all season long, middle infield for the Spartans. Really just a great kid to be around. Loved every chance we had to talk with Hayden Christiansen. We actually have an interview with Hayden on the Emery Castle Country Radio YouTube page. Check that out. He's one of the lead seniors. Hayden Citrid, what can't you say about Hayden? Had an opportunity to talk with him last week. Loves the game of baseball, elevated his game to a new level, led the team in home runs throughout the season, and he is nearly an automatic putout at third base.
You know, you can't say enough about what Hayden Citrid has done, not just for the baseball program here at Emery High, but he's left his mark across all sports. He is a true leader and someone who I know a lot of these underclassmen look up to as a hero.
Jace Franson, another senior. We got to see Jace played a particular role on this year's team. A lot of pinch or courtesy running, but did pitch 3 1/3 earlier today as Emery eliminated the Morgan Trojans. Jace Franson, another senior on this year's team. Trevin Gilbert, who put together just a phenomenal senior season all the way around. Again, he was a starting quarterback, led Emery to their first state championship appearance in over 2 decades, and also a key ace on the team pitching-wise throughout this season, played a key role at first base, another very fun senior.
And just a very intelligent athlete. It takes a lot of brain power to do what he did across all these sports, being a starting quarterback, leading an Emery team who wasn't expected to do much on the football field to a state championship appearance, and helping take an Emery team which was expected to finish 16th out of 17 teams and putting them almost into the state championships. Just a great player all around.
And, of course, a shout-out to the coaching staff. Manager Chase Julian continues to elevate this program. Emery had a fantastic showing last year in the state tournament. You were there live and in color. You saw it as well. They surpassed their seed going into the tournament last year. They really do it this year as the 12th seed. They sweep Manti, the number 5 seed. They pick up 2 wins over Morgan, the number 4 seed. So they send 4 and 5 home, and they just took number 1 all the way to the brink in the 7th inning, trying to force that decisive game 3. Yeah, I think this team, this young team with only 4 seniors, is going to be pretty good moving forward.
You know, Emery feels like they're the embodiment of the mentality of the 3 seasons in high school baseball. You got the preseason, which is your non-region slate. You got your regular season, which is region. But when playoffs roll around, it's 0-0. Doesn't matter what you did in those other 2 seasons. You step up there, and you can take on anyone. And they've done just that throughout this tournament, punching way above their weight and taking down a few of the giants in the 3A classification.
And with that, it's going to do it for the 2024-25 high school sports season. It's now officially in the wraps outside of track and field coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I want to wish best of luck to all the track and field stars. We have 9 girls that will be representing. We also have one on the boys' side as well. The girls gunning for that state championship, so best of luck to the Lady Spartans this weekend. I want to congratulate the Emery Spartan baseball team on another phenomenal season. Of course, it's not possible with everybody at Emery High School, from administration down to the teachers, the parents. There's a lot of effort that goes into it, a lot of sacrifice, and of course the players for laying it all out there on the line and taking this season down to the final 3 days. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of as the season comes to an end with a 2-0 loss to the number 1 ranked Canyon View Falcons. Always a pleasure to be along with you and bringing you Emery High School sports wherever you may be, in your car, in your home, or online. It's always fun, and now that we go into our little dead period, eventually summer will fade into fall, and that's when we will be back for high school football, and we can't wait to bring it to you on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM, and of course our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery, where you are going to be able to watch all season long. Can't wait for next season already.
Yeah, no, I'm already starting the countdown in my head. That dead period's going to be hard as can be, but once we get through, it's going to be nonstop action.
Can't thank you enough for sticking along with us. It's been a long day, but the season is now in the books. Congratulations to the Canyon View Falcons and the Juab Wasps. They'll square off for the state championship. Tomorrow it is an off night for the 3A tournament. They'll be back at it. Game 1 on Friday, Game 2 on Saturday, and that what-if game will take place Saturday evening to crown a state champion. The Emery Spartans get all the way inside the top 4 of the 3A state tournament, and they fall tonight. Full recap coming your way on CastleCountryRadio.com. For Aiden Mortensen, I'm Jordan Buscarini, and as always, go Spartans.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station, 107.